right, good morning. Let's see if I can get out of it. I have to find a way to get behind this camera. All right, it's Michelle. It's 6 o'clock, and we're gonna exercise from the bed today. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna show you what I've done. I have a pillow, putting the keeper behind it. You can put it in front of it, whatever works for you. Okay, last day of this, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down on the bed, okay? I have Excy in front of me, and I've got my foot positioned, so where I have an extension here. I'm gonna sit up, and I'm just gonna cycle my legs, okay? From bed. This is great from while you're watching TV. You can do this from hospital bed. You can do this from any bed, okay? And you'll see that while we're doing it, so we're gonna do a combination of forward pedaling and backwards pedaling, okay? And we can lay down, excuse me, and do this, or we can sit farther up. You know, simply work on range of motion, okay, or pedaling, okay, whatever works for you. This is the last day of this May challenge, and I mean, you can go really hard from the bed, but what I find is people just want to get kind of movement and activity, and we're finishing this today. I was going to put my cycling shoes on and hammer out a workout this morning, and what I decided is that this scenario of using Excy in the bed is one of our most common scenarios, and so I wanted to show that and end with that, okay? And everybody has different goals and what they're trying to accomplish, and this right here and just being movement, you know, long day at work and you just want to sit down, watch TV in your comfortable bed, you know, and get some range of motion, get motion on your joints. This is a great position, all right? So I have the app here set to 60 seconds forward and 60 seconds backward. So I'm gonna walk you guys through. So we're gonna go forwards. I'm forwards right now. Couple things is the importance of backward motion. Okay, you'll see one. You do want to make sure you take your heel. You see I have a full extension. Okay, then by simply moving to my toes is where I get that bend in my knee. Excuse me. Okay. Now, do you see that it moves a little? That's okay. Like, I mean, you can go hard and it's going to move a little bit because the bed's cushioned. But I have the 2 holes set up on the top, and you just cycle. And now we're backwards. Okay, so backwards. In this position, especially if you haven't, sorry, I'm waking up here. If you haven't done reverse cycling before, it will feel awkward at first. But the good news about that is you have to think about it, and we're putting our muscles through a different activity, okay? It's like muscle confusion here and here at its best. Okay, so think about it and go in reverse. And my Apple Watch is telling me I made some kind of goal. Good for me. Oh, I forgot to turn off a workout, it looks like. It's telling me I have a record. I'm like 6:06 in the morning and I have an exercise record. All right. Okay, so now we're forward. Okay? You can do small range of motions too. Okay? Now, if you're a PT or you're a nurse, you know, and you're working with a patient, what you can do, well, one, we can put different pedals on, okay? And Excy works with any pedal. And so a lot of times if somebody has an injury, it might be hard for them to hold their feet on the pedal. Socks and bare feet are great, but we also have physical therapy pedals. You know, there's lots of them on Amazon and everywhere that you can buy them off the shelf and wear your cycling shoes, and then you won't have that where it falls, you know. Because some people, that's really hard to get their foot up, okay? So you can hold their feet and work with them, okay? And now we're backwards again. Okay. You can crank up the resistance if you want. So this is my guest bedroom. I never come in here. Like, we don't have a lot of guests. And when my parents come, I'm like, you're on your own. They know where their room is. This is their room. You know, they're kind of the only people who really come see us. So, I don't know if you'll notice a trend wherever I go, I'm like looking around and all I see is to-do lists. Like, that needs to be picked up. That needs to be dusted. My little Target bedspread. It's to be washed. Maybe I'll do that. It's from their dogs. Which, you know, I have 2 dogs who are hairier than anybody, so I don't really care. Forward. All right, so now we're back into the forward motion. Okay. The resistance bands in the bed are great. Okay, there's so many, you know, we can come up, sit down, you know, and really engage the core just by sitting up just a little bit. Excuse me. Today I might actually take one of those little Zyrtec pills or whatever because I've never had allergies before and I still have this throat thing going on. It's really annoying. Okay, but taking your arms, if we can get people moving their arms more, okay? Especially if you've been in these T-Rex zones all day that I talk about. Phones, computers, okay? The resistance bands are awesome. Now, so if you want to go higher intensity, crank the resistance up and just go faster. Backwards. On the floor, this is great too. I have Excy right now in the first hole. You put it in the second hole, you'll get up higher. You know, but, and it really is just where I'm backwards. Decide what your goals are. Okay. So this is comfortable. This is super comfortable. We don't have a TV in our room, and so like I don't really use Excy too much in our bed or in exercising in bed. But I think we hear it a lot. People like to do it and watch TV in their bed. It's definitely comfortable, that's for sure. Forward. Okay. Don't forget, we can do these little range of motion. So especially if you're post-surgery, right? Working with your doctor, okay? It's using one leg, this leg to bend this one, okay? And then do it again. All right, I say we increase the intensity a little bit. I just take my foot and turn the resistance knob with my foot. Okay, you can do that and find like a zone that works for you. Or come up and do it with the knob. Okay, so right here I have more resistance. And don't worry about it moving back and forth. Focus on smooth pedaling. If you really are worried about that, I mean, you can see, I can go really hard, okay? So you can put just like a board underneath it or something hard, but I wouldn't worry about it. Backwards, okay? Excuse me. I cannot believe it's almost, well, tomorrow it's June. Hopefully in Seattle, we have had the most amazing May. And what I'm hoping, so a lot of times we have January in Seattle, where it gets really cold in June and gray and yucky. And literally, we've had an amazing spring. So I am hoping that June continues to be June and not January. Okay? So now I have a higher resistance, okay? And that allows me now back and forward motion to get my heart rate up too. there's so many different positions to use Excy in. And I wanted to end today with the bed. Try it, okay? Let's see what my heart rate is. Oh, that's why it's telling me. These are Simply Fit. Fit Simplify. My arms are a little sore from yesterday's workout. So sometimes it's like I'm not trying to really, lift weights necessarily right here, but just motion, okay, small little motions. This is a high resistance band here. I swear, you guys, I feel like such a nerd doing these, and I kind of am a nerd, so that's okay. But if you would have asked me, I don't even know, a year ago, if I would be showing you an exercise in bed, the thought would not have crossed my mind. It took me, especially like rolling out of bed, no makeup on. I don't wear a lot of makeup anyway, but I was really uncomfortable with the idea, like super uncomfortable. These live workouts are way outside my comfort zone, but it's been fun to kind of push yourself outside of comfort zones. Somebody was asking me yesterday, is that you in those videos? And I'm like, yes. We're a startup, and I use Excy. It's changed my life, and I'm showing you how, different ways to use it. And if it inspires people to exercise, and move more, that's why I do it. And to give our customers ideas, that maybe they hadn't thought of. Or maybe if they see that I'm exercising, that they'll exercise. And that's why we do this. Okay, forward. And then I'll get a text from a customer. I need to save those, take pictures of them. But that will keep us going and keep us inspired. And backwards. I'm a huge fan of socks or bare feet, okay? It just makes it engages your feet in the whole process. And you'll see when I curl my toes, it engages everything in a different way. And it feels very natural. I also feel like I wear shoes all day, so I like to take them off. Okay, and we're backwards. So this forward, backward workout, it's the same as our burst play workout where you set the intervals. Okay, and what inspired this workout was a young man who had a stroke in uterine, and the cognitive process of having to go through thinking forward and backwards, it's challenging for anybody. Okay, but if we can, people who have sensory or stroke, Alzheimer's, autism, things where we can prompt them to have to think and change the motion, it's really good. I find it fascinating. You can really see the process, everything when you watch them and having to think. It's not, it's everybody. Okay, we're forwards. Now if you want to go harder, you can. Like I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I don't have my heart rate really high. Just enough. I'm in a bed. There are other ways to sweat in bed. but this is a fun one. Maybe not as fun as the other way, but it's good enough. Backwards. So I'm sitting on the keeper here, which means I'm not going to sweat on my bed. Now, I have the keeper behind the pillow, which means my back is against the pillow, which means, oh, some doggy wants in. Hold on. Hi, honey. Now, let me say good morning to my dog. Come here, baby. He's trying to figure out where I am. I'm never in this room. Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, I know you're gonna want back out, so, okay, out you go. Let's see if he'll go for that. All right. So, fixing myself back up. But what I was saying here, you see how I'm gonna sweat on my pillow? If you don't wanna sweat on the pillow, take the keeper, okay, and put it in front of the pillow. Then I'm going to sweat on the pillow, the keeper. Okay. I don't know if the dog's going to go for that. He might want more love. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, there we go, making sure that I'm situated. Excy in front of me. Here are our forwards. Okay. And some of this, especially if you're post-surgery, working with your PT, you might want to move you closer, okay? And just focus on getting the bend in the knee, right? But if everything's fine, okay, then just work on getting, proper extension in your leg. We're backwards again. And I think my dog was trying to figure out where the hell I was. I literally never come into this room. Okay. Kind of consider this my parents' room. I'm not sure if that makes me a bad host. Like, am I? So again, this is a great one. Well, sometimes we're in our bed, okay, and we can't get out of bed. And there's a couple things because of injury, or let's say that exercise is hard. It is for me. But lots of people say that if they can just exercise before they even get out of bed, then it's motivating, okay? And what we're trying to do forward is just eliminate the barriers. Like for me, switching out the pedals to do hand and feet, that even though it only takes a minute, it's a barrier for me. So I always just keep the standard pedal on. We have another system in our house that's for my husband. We have a 240 that I leave on the table, and it has the hand pedals because that's the only way he uses it. He uses it for his shoulder. So sometimes I'll grab that one and do a workout with the hand pedals. But for me, I just like to go use the standard pedal and rotate between hands and feet. But, you can put Excy on the side here, scoot over, just sit over and exercise that way too. Okay, now we're backwards again. I like to use the app. It kind of prompts you, it makes it go by faster. I like to do the intervals. Like, I feel like just doing this for 20 minutes, for me, I would get bored. So I like to follow the prompts and set the intervals. You can come up into your arms too. I'll show you guys that. Okay, what I would do with that is I would take the pin out, okay, and I would put it closer to me, get off of it, and just do my arms, okay? for now, we'll finish this up here. I'll show you guys actually. Let's do the second hole. Okay. I kind of just look through. And now my leg positioning is going to be different. Okay. But here I'm higher. Okay. Just in a different, I'm full. Okay. I'm higher here. Now as you get higher in the bed, okay, you might notice more going back and forth. Okay. If it makes you focus on your core, and you can go slow, that's not a bad thing, okay? Or if you're working with a nurse or a PT in the bed, this will be just a different motion. But I think, you know, if you want to go harder, take it out. You can go all the way down. Check your knee position again. Okay, you see how I'm lower here? I like the first hole. Okay, look through, put it in, straight back out. Where are we? We're backwards. We're almost done. I'm going to show you a couple different positions. This is a good one. Okay. I'll show you guys a couple other ones really quick too, when we're done. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a couple different positions in the bed. I'm done. Let's see. I'm going to track my results here. 114. Save the workout. Yes. I like to keep track of it. You got it, like, of what I did. Okay, so leave that on. I'm going to show you guys really quick one thing. I'm going to take the keeper off. Just sit here real quick. Now, that's a mess, obviously. What I like to do, another position, take it, turn it around, okay? And let's see what we can do. I'm going to take the pin out. All right, I'm going to put it in the second hole. I'm going to sit it down. I'm going to come back on the bed, okay? Get it nice and close, right under your sitting bones, okay? Now, one thing you can do in this position is pedal here, okay? But, same position we've done on the floor, where we can pull it out, get your legs nice and comfortable, okay? And if you want, scoot farther back, where you can use the back of the bed as a rest, okay? And then here, pedal. Now this is interesting, so much what we might want to do is get it closer to us, okay? There we go. I like that position. On the floor, I find that in the top hole, it's a little less comfortable. But in the bed, I'm pushing down, okay? Excuse me. Sorry, you guys, on this coughing stuff, but these, it is what it is. Okay, if I want to move a little farther out, I can do that. Oh, look at this. Grab a pillow, stick it under my knees, okay? And now we're in the bed. We can do our arms. Now, oftentimes, if we're in a, so, like if let's say you have a leg injury or you're paralyzed and you don't have use of your legs, taking the pillow and sticking it under gives you, it's a really nice support, okay? And in here, where it's super hard if we're bedridden to get our heart rate up, and you'll be so surprised with how actually much cardio you can get with upper body. Another great position here while watching TV. Okay, this is a great one. You know, like when I broke my leg, the upper body activity were I mean, that's all I could do. I couldn't do anything with my legs for a long time. And so this is what I did to keep my fitness going. I mean, you'll see, let's see, I can get my heart rate up. You know, crank the resistance up a little bit more. Okay, reverse 2. You can put your feet on here to keep it nice and steady. All right, I think we're past our time, but I wanted to show you that. So right now my heart rate's at 143. You know, I'm doing kind of just that didn't take a lot of effort for my upper body. I mean, it's amazing. I always, in fact, the idea, so when we first had the idea for Excy, like I was sitting at a park and I had been running around like a crazy person all day and I was watching my son and I looked down and I had like 2,200 steps. And so I came up with the idea, like, I want to turn this bench into an exercise bike. Then I broke my leg and they couldn't use my legs for cycling with our prototype. And I started using upper body. Next thing you know, I have a blood clot, I can't hardly move, I'm non-weight bearing, and I'm burning a boatload of calories. And so that's how Excy transitioned from being an exercise bike, it was a recumbent exercise bike, to full body. And that upper body piece still fascinates me. Okay? All right. I think we're done. I wanted to show you guys this position. This is a good one for the bed. Okay, floor too, but great for the bed. Top hole. This way I'm nice and close with back support here. I like to watch TV while I do Excy. So it's me sitting in a bed by myself, I'm probably not gonna do that, but I think if we had a TV in our room, I would, but I really don't want a TV in our room. Because my husband would want to watch it until he fell asleep. Like when we're in a hotel, that's what he does. And I can't fall asleep with the TV on. My son and my husband can, I cannot. I end up watching it. All right, there we go. That's it. That's all we're gonna do today. That was fun. May was fun. I'll do an occasional live stream in June, but I have a lot of travel coming up. So you might see me in a hotel or some random place doing Excy because I have a lot of travel coming up. There we go. I love this position. This is my favorite. This is my go-to. Like I show you guys all kinds of different things. This position right here, sitting down and cycling my arms is my go-to. It's my favorite thing to do. It's highly efficient, gives you nice arms and burn a boatload of calories. And if you have an injury in your shoulder, it's great for rehab. So this is really my go-to. All right, have an awesome day and summer coming. That was fun. Make sure I'm not sweating on the bed. Have a good day.